Okay, here's our progress so far. We have the distributor off, carburetor, intake manifold, valve cover over there, and we have many of the bolts cleaned on this table. And now we are degunkifying the mechanical fuel pump. Thing. Just like that. Useful. Okay, we are currently underneath the ambulance, right near the gas tank. Right up there are our return and supply lines. Now we're going to be replacing the entire supply line going from the fuel tank up to the EFI system. So I have the supply line pulled off this flexible tube going into the gas tank, and then I'm going to now start unbolting all the connectors, and we're going to be stringing a new 3/8 flexible line all the way up to the front. So that's what I'm working on right now. So this is where we are right now. As you can see, we have this bit of mangled fuel line here. This is the old supply line. We have it removed from up there where it meets into the tank. And now I am just going along the frame rail right here. You can see this is where I last cut right here. And I'm just removing that supply fuel line going all the way up to the engine. We're going to be holding on to this return line here because it's not necessary to cut that out, and it's just perfectly fine at the diameter that it is. That's where we are right now. Okay, I was just crawling underneath the ambulance for about an hour, and I got all the supply fuel line snipped out, and it is now over here in a large pile of twisted and mangled line. So now we can move on to running our 3/8" flexible line and putting all the components in. Okay, so we're back underneath the car. And now we're going to start running fuel lines. So we have that line right there. We are going to splice it with this barb fitting, and then it's going to go to the fuel system, the fuel delivery system, the fuel filter, the fuel pump, and then it's going to route back along the fuel rail, and it's going to go this way. So right now I am finding holes in the frame, like up here or over there, where we can slot the fuel line through. Alright y'all, just drilled the holes through the frame in several spots to route our new fuel line. We used a 3/4 inch bit to route a 3/8 inch flexible line. There's one of the holes I drilled right there going through the frame. Pretty much all these holes were pre-drilled holes, they were just too small, so I enlarged them. There's our end of our line right there, and it snakes through the frame. Alright, so you can see the lines going through the frame right there, snaking through some pre-made holes like that over there, and then we have our spool right there. So that should do it for most of the routing, and then obviously it'll go up to the EFI system up over there, and then we have the fuel system, the pump, and the pre-filter gonna be over there. So I just have to put in a little bit more line going down over there, and we'll be good to go.
All right, Brad, tell me what you're doing.
I am about to drill the holes for the post-fuel filter after the fuel pump, and it's going to go right here. So I'm drilling the holes. Then we're going to take this guy, here it is, and mount it just like that with nuts and bolts.
And tell them why we're not doing it anywhere higher on the vehicle.
Well, we're not going to do it higher because if we did it up here, then the fuel line coming out the outlet would be going at a very extreme bend, and we don't want that. So we're going to go down here so the fuel line can connect on these two ends and it won't be bending that much.
Also, we can get a nut and bolt through that
as well.
Thin piece of sheet metal versus up at the top where it's also thin, we can't tap into it, we can't get a nut above it. So there you go. That's why we're doing what we're doing. Alright, gotta figure out how to use a drill and then go for it.
Working pipe, we just need to remove this pipe.
Okay, no exhaust needed. Ta-da! Whee! And there you go. All right, look at that. Perfect. And just swinging.
There you go. Fully installed.
Fully installed. Cool.
Okay guys, so we got the post-fuel filter on. As you can see, it's connected on both sides. Got nice hose clamps, and that is rock solid. So we can move on to the other components.
Alright guys, so we left you out of a couple things just because we needed our hands, but as you can see here, this air conditioning compressor is kind of in the way of a lot of things. It wasn't an issue before, but now we have fuel rails that are along the side of the manifold and they run right into this bracket. So being that the air conditioning in this vehicle currently doesn't work, we're going to just go ahead and take out the compressor and just deal with no AC like we have been. So there are two bolts in the back here, there's two bolts in the front of this bracket. There was a brackety thing here that housed the belt tensioner, and we removed that off camera, and now this very heavy compressor is going to come out of here, but not without a fight. Oh, I bet it's the pony.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh!
So it's really heavy.
Holy moly.
Sounds like.
Oh.
And it's out. Yeah.
Alright, so now that we got the AC compressor out of there, we can actually get the valve cover off. We can clean it up a little bit, which is kind of nice. Previous not installation, opposite of, where we're taking stuff out, we broke this PCV valve. You can see, here's the old one. And yeah, so not so great. We broke the stem right off of there. We needed to get a new one of those. Fortunately, they were indeed in stock at a local auto parts store. So snatched one of those, and now it's all shiny and brand new. This is about as clean as this guy's gonna get. We're losing some paint on the sides, but it's okay. It's a lot better than it was.